position to win. Gonna go for two here. He's going for two. If you don't make this, you lose. If you make it, you're in the position to win. Got him!
One-handed catch as he goes up and gets it.
Gonna go for two here, for two here, for two here. Got him!
One-handed catch as he goes up and gets it.
Gonna go for two here, for two here. If you don't make this, you lose. If you make it, you're in the position to win. Gonna go for two here, for two here. Got him!
One-handed catch as he goes up and gets it.
Gonna go for two here, for two here. If you don't make this, you lose. If you make it, you're in the position to win. Gonna go for two here. He's going for two. If you don't make this, you lose. If you make it, you're in the position to win. Got him!
One-handed catch as he goes up and gets it.
Gonna go for two here, for two here. Got him!
Okay, we are live, and the NFL is officially back today, boys. And our friends at CoolBet have the opening drive. So the opening line right now for the Buccaneers is 8.5 points. Over/under is 51.5. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But I want to know, does it feel like football is back, or does this feel like this is just a really good dream we haven't woken up from yet?
Oh, it's back, baby. I don't know about you, but I couldn't sleep last night. I had Joel coming. I had football started. I was like, I am not sleeping. Football's here. I'm ready to roll.
Well, not sleeping seems like it's in your repertoire, Rick, sometimes.
I am nocturnal, Shane. Okay.
Last night, I think I probably watched roughly 2 hours of random highlights of just different superstars on different teams. Man, I was just getting jacked just to see everybody play again, and with a full crowd. In almost every stadium, I think is a full crowd, right? So I'm stoked to see that again, man.
You know what's
and
going to
having
be
the draft last night too got me pumped right up as well. So.
Yeah, we had the Richard draft last night for anybody that didn't fall asleep with their putting their kids to bed. And
Verlander, the kid, Jesus.
Yeah, that was a good time. I mean, with the way that the Jays are playing, the NFL's back, college football's back. I guess I'm sorry to the CFL for, fourth place is okay.
Hey, and Rick's hurt. I don't even know. That might be number 2 in Rick's hurt. I know he's a big CFL guy.
It's number 1 around these parts, but
yeah,
people are pretty delusional around here. So
I will have interest in it because I'll continue to bet on it. But let's talk about the game at hand.
Yeah.
We got the Bucs tonight. We got the Cowboys tonight. To me, it feels like 8.5 points is too much right now. That's just my opinion. Doesn't mean it's not going to come true, but how do you guys feel right now?
Well, I've seen the line move on some sites all the way up to 9.5. It's up to 9.5 already on Cool right now. So
that's what I saw. 9.5.
Moved to full point. I don't think it matters. I think I was comfortable with Tampa winning by 10 either way, so it doesn't matter to me.
So you would lay points all the way up to 10 for them?
Yeah. I put it down already at 8.5 before it moved to 9.5, but I was comfortable at 10 points for sure. And the over. I love the over. I think it's gonna be tons of points.
Oh wow! See, I was gonna side with you. I'm siding with Rick. I'm siding with you on the score. I think that Tampa's gonna come to this game just fucking slugging, and I think that Dallas is going to be okay because of the division that they're in. I just don't think this is the game. And I think I said this the other show. I said it today to a couple people I was talking with. If they lose this game, it's not detrimental to them. I think that if they win this game, it could actually, and as stupid as that sounds, this could be their little mini Super Bowl. We got the monkey off our back. We beat a team like Tampa, reigning Super Bowl champion with a player like Tom Brady. What else do we have to win now?
It would be great for them, but it's not going to happen. But you know what? That division, you don't have to worry about losing until you lose 8 games anyways. So it's not detrimental.
But you talked about the over there. Like, I don't even – are you thinking that both teams combined are going to go to that? Or you think that it's just going to be one-sided and we're going to get 35 or 40 points out of Tampa?
I'm thinking like 35-21. That's kind of where I'm sitting. So
I don't know if Dallas gets that much, man. Like, what did Tampa lose? If anything, I think they've gotten stronger as a team. They've got – Todd Bowles is still there, right?
It's still the first game. Mishaps can happen on defense. Hey, if anything, the Cowboys' offense is great. I don't think they're going to have a problem scoring points. It's just I think they're going to have a problem stopping people. So
it depends if they can get to the outside, and you can't run left without a nice guard there to help you lead the way, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I will tell you guys what I'm working on right now. I was actually just doing it. Our friends at CoolBet, they just put together this thing called Build a Bet. I don't know. Have you seen that thing, Rick?
I saw it pop up, yeah, but I didn't know what it actually was.
All right. So what it is you can do in-game betting now, which is kind of nice. So here's what I got. I have the Bucks on the money line, the game to go under 51.5, and Zeke to score a touchdown. And that pays plus 500.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
So you could parlay props, you're saying?
Yeah, you could parlay props. So what you got to do is you got to go into the game and then slide all the way across to where it says bet builder or build a bet or something like that. And then it'll show you all the stuff and you can pick it. You can, I went as high as three different ones. So I think you could do,
That's awesome. Usually
but do those steps after you use our deposit code when you sign up.
Oh, I mean, that's a given. That has to be a given. Yeah. I mean, if you're not betting with going for 2, then you might as well just, flick your show off right now. We are going to circle back and we are going to talk more about this game. We're going to go all the way up to kickoff here. I'm sure people would much rather see our pretty faces than Drew Brees' big birthmark on his face, but we're gonna
cover girl. Come on.
We were talking about money. We were talking about a whole bunch of money that we're gonna make this weekend with CoolBet. But how about my guy TJ Watt getting 4 years, 112 million, 80 guaranteed, and
unreal.
His average value is up to 28, which I mean it's really a 5-year deal. For like 122 because of his 10 years that he has currently, or his 10 million that he has currently.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, do you believe this? Have you guys heard the story of how this all went down, or do you believe the story of how this all went down?
Up to yesterday, I just heard that, they were confident they were going to get a deal done, but nothing was evident. And they said they're not going to do nothing during the season. And we didn't really think this was going to happen. And I wake up $80 million guaranteed. Thank you.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay. So I thought that it was going to get done yesterday because yesterday was Hayward's anniversary, his contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was going to be it. If you're going to make a player, Hayward, what he doesn't bring to the team in stats, he brings to the team outside of that, right? His leadership, he's a Steeler through and through, right? But if you make that guy wait up until, yesterday, a year ago, I thought you might have done the same to TJ. Set a precedent a little bit there too, right? But you got signed regardless.
So here's the story, and I don't know if you guys have seen this because I'm on all the Steelers forum groups and the beat writers coming out and talking about it. So Art Rooney, TJ Watt's agent, and TJ Watt were sitting in a room, and a deal was passed around. The agent declined it. TJ Watt stood up, shook Art Rooney's hand, said, "I'll take that deal. I'm going to work," and walked out and practiced.
So really? Is that him firing the agent? Or was that just him saying, this is the check you're getting, the commission check you're getting?
Yeah, so for some reason, his agent wanted to keep playing ball. I don't really know why.
Looking at that deal, are you kidding me? Hey, do we think it has anything to do, though, with Ben Roethlisberger coming out on the press conference saying, I took less money so that we could sign guys like this, and then he gets signed the next day?
100%.
I thought that was kind of cool. I thought that was coincidental. Him coming out, that was a statement Ben Roethlisberger did that by doing that at that press conference. I took less money so this guy could get paid. Give him his fucking money.
Yeah, and I mean, what a difference it is. I mean, a couple years ago, it was Antonio Brown. More years ago than that, it was Le'Veon Bell, and those guys just didn't do it the right way, the way that the Steelers want to do it. You show up to the building, you talk to us in person, we'll take care of you. And that's why a guy like Minkah Fitzpatrick is going to be the next guy that gets the bag. And I wouldn't be surprised if that deal gets done before the Bills game either.
Well, that's a lot of money for Pittsburgh to shell out.
Yeah, but they've been all they've been doing is clearing space, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they've been doing.
It's nice to go into season with your players happy, man. That's all I can say. Especially coming from a team that doesn't do dealings during the season at all. So
exactly. If this wasn't done, then I mean that's hanging over TJ Watt the whole season, and it's hanging over the Steelers. It's what you talk about the press conferences. Now it's just on to Buffalo. Let's move on.
And that's what the Steelers have been so good at for so many years, is not having distractions. So it's nice to see them get done.
Yeah, exactly.
Who the hell? What kind of fan are you? Let them have distractions in Pittsburgh. They've been doing fucking fine and dandy there for the last 20 years.
I
wouldn't mind a little bit of turmoil there. I think the last time the Steelers had turmoil there was when Ben fell off a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think the last time was when Tommy Maddox was playing quarterback, I'm pretty sure, actually. But little Tommy gun. But let's talk about your counterpart, who just continues to get depleted with Baltimore losing another 2 people today to torn ACLs. Like, what's going on around there? Like, is it torn ACL party or what?
Oh,
I got to tell you, like, I had a feeling going into this year that Baltimore wasn't going to be as good as people thought they were going to be. And not like I thought or was wishing for injuries, because you would rather play like strength versus strength. But yeah, fuck those guys. They have no receivers.
What kind of practice field do you have? Are you practicing on AstroTurf or what?
Maybe. I mean, that's what they used. They used to be their regular. They used to be their regular grass that they were practicing on before was the AstroTurf. So maybe they are.
That's
maybe
terrible,
maybe
man.
It's not ready. I don't know.
Know.
There's something going on there, and like obviously these are enough freak injuries, but these are pretty significant blows now. You know, is Marquise Brown going to play Week 1? Who knows?
All I know is your old boy Le'Veon Bell is sitting there going, "Oh yeah."
Well, between him and Devontae Freeman, I mean.
Yeah, Devontae Freeman they signed today too. Yeah. But,
and the undrafted player, is it Tyrell or Terrence Williams or something like that? I can't remember what his name is.
I know you got a nice heart on for him. I understand that, but Le'Veon
hey, they were talking hype about him 4 days ago, about him being a nice backup. And
I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, everyone's a nice backup on paper when you just lost your top three running backs.
Yeah, exactly.
So you want to know where you're at. You want your fan base to not give up on you, but realistically, if this guy was as good as them, he wouldn't have been 4th on the depth chart. Le'Veon Bell would not have been a free agent if he had the juice still. Devontae Freeman would not be a free agent right now. Didn't he play for 2 teams last year? He played for 2 of the shittiest teams in the league last year.
Yeah. And then he got hurt in his first game with the Giants.
Yeah. So
Freeman?
Yeah. I mean, these are names that are getting picked up for sure, and there's names that they're losing, but Baltimore was the front runner to win the division. Baltimore was their over-under was 11 wins this year. And that's just not happening.
No, not anymore. Fuck, there's no way. Those are 2 pretty big losses. Like losing Peters is massive in the secondary, and then losing Edwards, your only goal line back that you had established there, the only guy that knows the offense. Now he's gone too. Like that's huge, man.
Yeah, and then you look at Matthew Judon isn't even in the building anymore. I mean, he's in New England now. So your best pass rusher last year is gone. All of your offensive receivers are either gone or hurt. All of your running backs are either gone or hurt. I don't know. I'm telling you, there's got to be something to this. Put Brett Hundley in the game and start handing it to Lamar Jackson. That might be their best option to win right now.
You know what'll be funny though if they switch jersey numbers and they don't, you don't know who's who. They pull a Mighty Ducks and and Lamar Jackson's wearing the Huntley jersey.
bring out the knuckle puck.
Yeah, exactly. Russ Tyler's back in the building.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I did not see all this stuff coming today. I thought that the
TJ day other than
yeah.
I mean, I love it. I love watching teams burn. I don't love watching injuries by any means. I'm not going to sit here and say that, but the Ravens there's no love lost lately between the Ravens and the Titans. So especially somebody like Marcus Peters, who went and did some dirty dancing the last time that we played.
Well,
I'm okay.
We all know who I'm a fan of. And do you remember the battles he had with Michael Crabtree?
Oh,
that was Kansas City.
Was that him? Was Marcus Peters him too? I thought it was just Akeem. I didn't know that Crabtree had a beef with Peters too.
They both went at it all the time. That was a battle. So I was happy to see him leave. But,
Well, we'll see how it pans out for them. Yeah, it's good for the Steelers long term. Good for the Raiders this week.
Yes, exactly.
But here's something that I heard this morning, and I had to go and look it up to be like, that doesn't sound right, but I'm going to look it up anyway. Did you know that today is Tom Brady's 300th regular season game?
I saw them pumping that on NFL Network. It's just crazy.
It was wild how that works out that it's like the kickoff game. The first game is a 300th, eh?
Oh yeah.
Everything's just always rolling up Brady, isn't it?
Well,
yeah.
They did win the Super Bowl last year. So
yeah.
But it just works out that it's his 300th game right in time to open the season. Like, just won the Super Bowl, just won in his own city. Like, this guy can't do any wrong. It's unreal.
So, I mean, it's always coming up Brady. Always coming up Brady.
Yeah. Well, and I think that the Brady-Prescott matchup is pretty big. But the more intriguing matchup to me is Leonard Fournette head-to-head against Ezekiel Elliott. And I
is
do
that
think...
Is that who the starter is in Tampa? I thought, is Ronald Jones not getting the start?
No. God, no. Playoff
What is he? God, no. He almost broke 1,000 yards last year.
Ronald Jones is getting predicted to be the one to lead in rushing tonight.
That's what I thought. I thought Ronald's starting. Like, I thought Fournette was just there to be the smasher.
No chance. I'm going to say that Fournette has more carries than Ronald Jones does. But overall rushing yards, are you leaning towards Zeke or are you leaning towards Fournette? Or, I mean, I guess you could say Jones if you want, if that makes your argument.
I would go Jones myself, only because I think they're going to be down, and I think Zeke's going to become a non-factor pretty quick in that game. So I just think Leonard Fournette is the better guy out of the backfield, and when I watch it, I think that they're going to be pounding Ronald Jones more than Leonard Fournette, but that's just the way I see it. But.
Yeah, I think Ronald Jones is going to come out on top of all that shit, and only because the front seven of Tampa is just going to dominate that O-line, especially with Zach Martin not playing tonight. I don't think that Zeke is going to have an opportunity to really start or get off anywhere to get that train going. And I know Leonard played well in the playoffs, but he had an opportunity all last year to do it, and he didn't. I think Ronald still was a very, very capable back, and I think that he's got the extra level of speed that Leonard doesn't have. So that's where I think Jones is going to win.
I think that last year they eased Fournette into it because of the way that he was acquired.
Yeah, you could be right.
And the way that they used him in the playoffs is, I believe, is how the season's going to go. And that is why I think that he's our fantasy sleeper of the year. I mean, that guy was getting picked up in like the 8th or 9th round in most cases. I mean, we could ask Rundle one day what he thinks, but he's not going to give us any advice because we're in most of the same leagues together. Like, not as many as him, but
Did you happen to see though what Brady's record was right now going into this 300th game?
No.
230 wins, 69 losses. Like, like that's disgusting. Some quarterbacks struggle to have a 60% winning record, like as a good quarterback. Like 60%, like this, that's just retarded. Like I just looked up Joey Harrington because he's the biggest piece of crap I can remember off the top of my head. And Joey Harrington had 50.
Oregon. Watch your mouth.
He had 50 losses alone in his career. That's only 19 more than Tom Brady, and Tom Brady's almost 45.
Yeah,
like that's just insane. So crazy.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at Peyton Manning. Like that would be the most comparable guy, and I bet you he's not even close.
Yeah, I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, I can't imagine Manning having over 200 wins, right? Could you guys imagine that?
Having over 200?
Yeah. No, you're right.
Got that inside of his division alone.
He's 186 and 79. So he has more losses than Tom Brady had.
Yeah, and he's played
10 more.
6 less years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus the year that he had to sit out because of his neck injury. So 7 less seasons total, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty wild, man. And it just puts it in perspective. If you look at Peyton's numbers, it's 539 touchdowns to 251 interceptions. Brady's at 581 touchdowns, 191 interceptions.
Wow. So
he's still throwing 60 less interceptions than him, and he's played another 6 years.
If anybody wants to argue GOAT quarterbacks, right? There isn't one.
You can't anymore, man.
You have Brady that lived through both. I mean, well, we're not talking the 70s era or 80s era of football, but we're having a guy who lived through the running back, grueling type of football and has completely converted into this Bruce Arians offense and is doing fine and dandy in it. Right?
He's having a great time. Guy showed up in a tracksuit today for the game. Didn't even wear
no,
a suit.
he did not.
He did.
Fucking Brady wore a tracksuit to the first game of the year.
It was a velour tracksuit.
What color was it?
It was like a beige white.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my god!
it's
Was it like
retirement.
those exhaust ones, or like the Adidas?
He just looks so comfortable, man. He's just strolling in a tracksuit, got his headphones in, just ready to roll.
He just played shuffleboard, and he's coming in. He's gonna play a little quarterback in the NFL tonight.
I got bocce ball at 8:30, boys. Let's get this done quick.
Yeah. Let's not make a mess of this fucking thing. Yeah. So another intriguing matchup in this game is the wide receivers. I mean, I think that it's pretty safe to say that the Bucs defense is much better than the Cowboys defense, but head-to-head wide receivers, you could spread out defenses and make them look kind of bad here. So
is it safe to say these are the top? This is the best trio of receivers in the league going against each other tonight?
What?
Trio of receivers. I'm not saying duos. I'm saying the best three receivers.
Who's the three?
Going against each other? Godwin, Mike Evans, and Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I listen. AB's got to show up. AB's got to show up for me, okay? He showed up. He got a touchdown last.
Showed up all last year. What are you talking about? Anytime Tom Brady throws the ball, he catches it.
Yeah.
Did he show up last year? He got force-fed to get that contract bonus, and then he got a touchdown when needed. I don't know. He's not AB.
He's still an elite. He's still. I'd take him as my third receiver any fucking day. Would you?
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Hello?
He hasn't played in like 2 years, real.
I would take him back as my one.
Yeah, exactly. Like, come on, man. The guy's still amazing.
Yeah.
You wait. He could do so much damage this year. It's crazy. So.
Like think of the guys that have left Pittsburgh as receivers. Like that's one guy that is actually going to translate into different offenses. And I mean, they basically traded him for a bag of baseballs to the Raiders, who he never played for. But I mean, those baseballs turned out to be.
Oh, I have his jersey in my closet. I wore it once. So.
Yeah. So I mean, they got Deontay Johnson and a defensive back that are both on the team. So that's the best you could do. But if Antonio Brown in this offseason said, Mike Tomlin, I want to come home, I'd pull my Antonio Brown jersey back out of the closet. I don't hate him that much.
Yeah. He screwed us way more than you guys. So.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, if you want to talk trios of receivers,
I guess not as much Dallas, but
no, I think the Cowboys are there too. But like, Kalen's talking about the Titans. I mean,
No, I'm not.
The Steelers trio of receivers is way better than the Titans.
I wasn't even talking the Titans. When I was choking up there, I was talking about a team like maybe Arizona. You got somebody like Nuck on the outside. You've got AJ Green there now, who's
wait.
Oh, whoa!
So you're gonna talk to me and tell me that you think that AJ Green's better than Antonio Brown?
Thank you. I was just going to rip your throat out. The guy has played like 4 games in the last 2 years.
Okay, again, Antonio Brown has had a total of 6 or 4 or 5.
Not because of injuries. Not because of injuries.
Allegedly.
You guys are listen. AB had a great career 3 years ago. In the last 2 years, he hasn't done anything until he was force-fed by Brady again for a contract.
I'm pretty sure he caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Pretty sure last year, did he not?
Hey,
did he need to, or was the game done, Rick?
Doesn't matter. He still caught it.
The game was done. They force-fed him.
Are we writing off people that haven't been that productive over the last 2 years? Because if that's the case, then your old boy in blue and white over there, Julio Jones, might be a write-off for you.
Yeah, he's done.
I'm not even talking Titans. I literally am not. I'm talking Arizona.
I'm just saying, if we're snapshotting the last 2 years, then you're going to have to count out Julio Jones.
Because they force-fed Antonio Brown, it was because he wasn't comfortable with the offense yet. He has a whole offseason here. He still caught the ball. He doesn't have drop passes. He can still go up and go down the field and cut across. AJ Green can do one thing still, and that's go up and get a ball. When's the last time you've seen AJ Green run a fucking route? He doesn't do it anymore. And you can't sit there and say that Arizona's in a better spot with it. Like, come on, man.
Rick, okay, but we're talking about very different receivers. AJ Green has never been asked to go and play the slot position. He's not an agile receiver. It's like asking
when he was in his prime, he did everything, bro.
Yeah.
AJ Green?
Shane knows. He watched him. Fuck, he was a monster.
He certainly was never a slot receiver.
He put him everywhere in his prime.
He moved him everywhere. Yeah. Now, okay, so let's just cut to the chase of the conversation. At the end of this season, you believe that AJ Green is more productive than Antonio Brown?
You guys you're literally listing one player that I'm talking about. I'm talking about a trio of receivers in Arizona.
All right. We are being wrapped up on that topic because Liam's sick of hearing us. So I got a couple college bets that I'm going to give you guys, and then we'll.
I didn't know you guys were both so hard for AB. Still, he left her 10 years ago.
Yeah,
We'll see.
Liam said lock it up, so lock it up. So let's move it over to No More Hedges, presented by our friends at Smooth My Balls, which obviously our friends at Smooth My Balls don't want you to hedge. Our guys at Cool Bet don't want you to hedge. So we're going to give you some bets so you no longer need to do either one of those hedges. Check out the promo code that Liam puts in our bios. He might even drop it in the link here if he has it handy. But I got Rutgers -2.5 against Syracuse. I got Tennessee Volunteers +3 against Pitt Panthers. I got Oregon and Ohio State. It's a huge spread. And at 14 points, I think I'm going to side with Oregon on that. NC State -2.5. And then I'm going to save our super boost, but we do have a super boost for the NFL. Now, let's go back into the NFL, but let's talk about a couple games that we're looking ahead for the weekend so that we don't get Kalen all worked up about receivers again. So talk about what we're looking at coming into the weekend here. Or do you guys want the boost and then we'll do that? Maybe I'll give you the boost. So this is our super boost with Cool Bet. It is paying out at +500 right now. We have the New England Patriots by 2.5, the Carolina Panthers by 2.5, and the Green Bay Packers by 4.5 against the Saints. So I feel like that's pretty much stealing. I'm not sure how they gave us such good odds on it, but any of those games intrigue you, boys?
I don't know. For some reason, I got a feeling about the Jets, so it's the only pick I'm going against.
I like the Jets.
But I like Zach.
I like Zach Wilson. I like Corey.
Hey, if you get it, Corey, and right now the line has changed to +4.5 in that game. If I can get the Jets at +4.5 right now, I'll take it.
Okay, so I was gonna say, like, are you taking the Jets to win, or are you just taking them because?
No. If it was at +3.5 or to +4.5, I would take the Jets to lose by a field goal in that game. But I still think they could win.
I think that all of our teams have a pretty significant game this weekend. Steelers, Bills, obviously, is going to be a big one. Titans, Cardinals is obviously going to be a big one. I like the Raiders against the Ravens on Monday Night Football. But outside of our team's games, is there a game that you're like, yeah, whether that's on my main TV or my backup TV, where's it going?
Yep.
Well,
Cleveland,
the one tonight is definitely on the main TV. But Cleveland, KC, and Pittsburgh, and the Bills. Like, you can't get away from that. I know it's your favorite team, but yeah.
And also, I think that the Bengals and the Minnesota game, strictly because I think Justin Jefferson is the second coming of Randy down there in Minnesota. He is incredible.
And I love to watch that too because that's my upset pick of the week is Cincy over Minnesota. So.
Okay, so he's starting to tease his picks already. So I'm going to tell you one that I'm looking forward to because I think it's going to really shape how the AFC and potentially the NFC is going to look. And that's the Colts and the Seahawks. I think that's a pretty big gauge of where the Colts actually are with Carson Wentz and where the Seahawks are another year with Russell Wilson, another year with DK Metcalf. Chris Carson's apparently in workout mode, which I don't really know how that translates to being an NFL running back, getting in the best shape of your life. But, I mean, I guess I'll take Chris Carson right now over J.K. Dobbins or Justice Hill or Gus Edwards.
They're still rolling out a garbage defense there in Seattle, aren't they?
Well, I mean, you got Jamal Adams on that.
You got Jamal Adams, man. When he came back, that defense went from like 27th to like 13th in like 4 weeks.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that they re-signed Carlos Dunlap, so they got someone up the middle.
Yeah, but like that when he got traded there last year, I actually got excited for Dunlap, thinking he would do something. I think he ended up the season only getting half sacked there. Like he's certainly on the other half of his career in that game. And you've heard me. I hate the Colts, man. I think the Colts got that game. I think their defense is what's going to win it.
The Colts are the dog right now at home, and I thought that was kind of surprising too. But I don't.
No way. Carson Wentz is not ready to go. He's gonna. No way.
Is he? But if they don't even have to lean on him, if they have Jonathan Taylor there, they don't have
to lean on him. Come on, man. What do you think? They're just gonna ride Jonathan Taylor 35 times?
They sure as shit did last year with Phillip Rivers being there.
Phillip Rivers still threw that ball quite a bit, man. And I would say Phillip Rivers right now, like not even playing for 4 months over Carson Wentz.
I think the Colts are very well built to have a great running game and a great defense there.
Well, they are. I just
saw it in our comments, but it looks like Josh Rundle agrees with us on Antonio Brown. The Colts. I
thought we dropped that.
No, we did, but there was a comment.
We had to come back to it just one more time, Caleb.
Yeah, just like Josh said that his game of the week is the Jaguars and the Texans, which kind of makes me feel sad for him.
That's weird.
What?
Yeah,
it's got to be a survivor pick for him.
No, I just wants to see how Trevor Lawrence looks, I suppose.
Yeah.
With what?
Yeah, I mean, we already saw how he looked in the preseason. I mean, it's not like it's going to be any different. If anybody thinks that the Texans...
He played better the last game, though.
I agree. If anybody thinks that the Texans stand a chance in that game, they're fucked. Like, just go waste your money. Go spend it at
Coolback. You know how bad the Texans are? At my pool that I play at the bar across the road, they spelled the Texans with an E at the end. It's like they're so bad they didn't even care to spell them right.
God damn. All right. So we are cutting off a little early tonight, but so we got about 15 minutes left because we don't want anybody to miss kickoff. And Leah made a pretty good point that no one's going to want to listen to us watch football. So any other games outside? I do want to talk a little bit about the Raiders game because I actually, because we've all submitted our picks now, that's actually my upset of the week. I think, especially with all the turbulence that's going on, I kind of had them earlier in the week. I just figured new stadium, first time getting people in the barn there. I'm on board with it. Now,
Big out, baby.
Uncertainties, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, there's so many injuries there. The Raiders, and they didn't play one guy for the whole preseason, so we should be good to go.
Yeah. And I do feel pretty good about the Titans as well, Kalen, because as good as Arizona thinks they're supposed to be, they're still traveling all the way across country. And I don't know, like
they have AJ Green though, man, so they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, the first home opener for the Titans since 2017. So lots of, and we do typically have a good home record. So if you're looking to make a bet, that could be a good one.
It'll be a hell of a game. It'll be a great game. That's what.
And there's an easy spread on it too, right? It's only about 2.5 right now.
It's up to 3 now.
Okay, it's up to 3. So I mean, you could buy it back either way. I kind of like using a game like that in a teaser and getting yourself to about, I don't know, you could probably get yourself to plus 3.5 for the Titans, right? If this thing goes the way that you want it to. And at least that way, if you lose on a last second field goal, you're not actually losing your bet. And I know that's not really what you want to hear, Kalen, but
I don't want to hear field goal and Tennessee, period. How about we just keep that talk out of here?
Yeah. There is one guy to watch out for in that game. He's actually on Arizona, but Rondell Moore, rookie from Purdue. The way that they seem to want to use him in the offense, I think it could give a team like Tennessee. Actually, it could give a lot of teams fits because you can't really chase a guy like this around. We'll see how it goes. Like,
you take him in fantasy? You take him last night in fantasy?
Yeah, I did. And I actually am back and forth about starting him this week just because you never know, right? He's boom or bust. I think that he's going to get fed the ball. As long as all the targets don't end up on AJ Green, then I think Rondell he stands a chance to get a couple balls.
Watch AJ Green just go off for 3 touchdowns and 200 yards this week.
Yeah, y'all just forgetting about Nuck, eh?
If that happens, I'm not coming on Monday. If that happens, I'm just going to
Kale, you'll be doing the show all by yourself if that happens. It'll be the AJ Green fan party.
Yeah, dude, welcome to the AJ Green Hour with your friend Kalen.
I bet you can get him on the show.
All right. That basically is covering all the games that we're looking at. I mean, obviously the Chiefs and the Browns are probably the premier game. We're disrespecting it because I don't know. We're just tired of watching the Chiefs win, I think. Did you guys think that the Browns have a chance?
Yeah.
I think that running game, two-headed monster, can do it.
If they don't get down early. If they get down early in a quick 14-0, I think they're done. But if they can cement the running game early and get a quick stop on Mahomes, then I think so. But if they get down early, I don't see Baker Mayfield outdueling Patrick Mahomes anything. So
we just got a question off of Facebook. how we're feeling about Rojo tonight, and we kind of bounced it around a little bit, but that person might not have been on. So, Josh, I believe that Fournette is going to be fed the ball a lot, and Rojo is going to get a series here and there. But these guys feel complete opposite, and they think he's going to lead the league in rushing.
No, I just thought that if the game stays tight and there are more third down opportunities, that Fournette is going to be a bigger factor. But if the Bucs go up and they're pounding the ball, I think Rojo is the one to do that. I don't see Fournette being that guy, but we'll see. I could be wrong.
Yeah, well, and they say that's why they play the games, right?
That's why we do it.
Now let's go to our pick'em challenge here, and then we can we'll wrap it up with whatever, because we are only doing until quarter after tonight. Liam, is that what you want to do? All right. And then starting next week, we'll just start going on at 7:15 instead of 7:30. And then that way we still got our full hour in, so that if we ramble about receivers, then we don't cut off half our time. So I sent my picks to Josh earlier. So basically, for anybody that doesn't know, we came up with this strategy on Monday. So what we can do is we are picking one game of our choosing, one upset victory, one game of prime time, and a survivor pick. Once your survivor pick is eliminated, then you only get to pick 3, which puts you at a disadvantage. Last year, the loser had to get into the Thames River, Kalen, and we'll see how that one rolls. But I sent,
crazy.
Yeah, it was in February. That video was probably
nice, Rick. That's what it felt like hitting my back.
You had to go in. You actually did it.
Yeah, it's on Facebook.
Shit, good for you.
Yeah, it's on Facebook. Yeah, send them.
Got down to my skimmies, buddy. Right down to my skimmies.
Yeah,
man, these picks, man.
All he was wearing was a thong and fucking water shoes.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah. So
good boy.
Here we go. So my anything game, the game that I'm just gonna pick at random, I'm gonna say that the Packers beat the Saints. On prime time, I got the Rams beating the Bears. My upset of the week is the Raiders beating the Ravens. And then my survivor pick is San Francisco because they're playing the Lions. No other reasons needed.
Go ahead, Kellen.
All right. So my underdog pick, I mentioned it earlier, the Colts. I think that they're going to win that game.
Okay.
My primetime game that I'm taking is I am taking the Raiders as well. I think the Raiders, that's just if they lose that game, Rick, you guys are in trouble. So I'm looking at that. Yeah. my anything game, okay? I got the Chargers over Washington. Okay.
Yep.
And then what's the last one I got to do?
Survivor.
I did an Survivor. Oh, Jags over Texans.
Okay.
Do you want to go in the river again or what? All right. Well, we have a lot of the same games, but in different spots. But my anything game, I'll go with the Bucs tonight. Prime time, I'm going to go Raiders. My upset, even though it's not an upset, I can't believe that Washington's favored over the Chargers, but I'm going to take the Chargers. Even though I think Minnie is going to lose, I'm not going to risk that necessarily, but I'm going to go Chargers over Washington, and then I'll take the Rams for my survivor.
Okay. So we're kind of on the same page here as far as who's kind of winning the games. So that kind of leaves for good, but Liam is going to read us Chad's picks.
Okay, so for the primetime game, we have the Raiders. For the underdog, we're pulling out the Giants. Game of the week.
Oh, Danny Dimes!
Yeah, game of the week, the Chiefs. And for the survivor pool, 49ers.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that everyone didn't go 49ers there, honestly, but yeah.
I want to save them. I just wanted to save them for later.
Yeah,
I'm not in a lot of survivor pools, but like Jags, I don't want to ever pick the Jags again if I can avoid it.
The only reason I didn't take them in this is just because when it comes to survivors, I like to, pick home teams because anything can happen on the road, and that's the only reason I didn't touch that game. But
right,
I either one of them in my other pool where I got to pick 2 games, that'll definitely be the other one to pick.
Nice. All right, so we got about 6 minutes here. So why don't we? Maybe you guys are a little bit more dialed into fantasy than I am. Maybe we should give some fantasy picks to watch out for this week and people that you think might be all right to for the year. Maybe like a grab and stash.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Let's pull up my fantasy quick.
I was lucky to grab and stash that running back for Ravens last night. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked out really good for you. Even though everybody was making fun of you.
I know.
Yeah.
was like, I don't care. Let's see. Well, you go ahead first here, Kevin, because I'm just pulling up my fantasy here to take a quick look.
Yeah, I think that this kid for the Jets is probably worth grabbing, Michael Carter. I mean,
I drafted him, and I got him really late last night too. So
he's one of the running backs from North Carolina last year.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But doesn't he just have a great name? Doesn't he have a great name? Like, he just sounds like a boss. I don't know. When I hear Michael Carter, I just expect that guy to be fast and like be breaking tackles, even though I don't know anything about him. I assume that he just sounds good to me. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure he led all of college football in average yards per carry last year.
Oh wow!
Who was the one? Who was it? The other? Was it one of them that had the yards from scrimmage, or who was that had the running back that led the league?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Carter there.
Was it? Yeah. Okay.
There's one other receiver that I think is flying under the radar totally right now that was able to jump on late, and I think it's Mike Williams. Like, I think Mike Williams is going to have like at least a double-digit touchdown season this year.
Like the Chargers, Mike Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Keenan Allen is going to dominate a lot. But inside the red zone, that guy is a monster. And I really think that he's a guy that people are kind of letting fly by. And I drafted Keenan Allen, so I was reluctant to even take him. But he was still there so late that I couldn't resist taking him because I think the guy's going to have a really, really good year.
And they got, they got Jared Cook too, right? So, I mean, that's probably a better passing receiver than Hunter Henry was. And
yeah,
I think that they're a little bit more, they're a little bit stacked at receiver. I'm not a big Austin Eckler guy, and that's why I would bypass him in any of the fantasy drafts. He took himself first overall, which I respect the hustle, but I play to win, so I'd rather not be taking him. What about you? We had somebody off of the Facebook comment saying Michael Pittman
from the Colts,
right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There was lots of times that he looked like he could be that receiver, and then he just wasn't. You know what I mean?
I think he's going to be really good, but not with Carson Wentz because Carson Wentz is a piece of crap. So
I think a player in that division that could be good is that, and I'm going to screw his name, but is it Laviska or Lavaska?
Oh, yeah. Laviska Shenault.
Laviska Shenault, yeah, from the Jags. I think that him and Lawrence, could have a really good connection. He's got the speed there. He's certainly a better route runner than I thought he was. I thought he was just a burner.
I just think there's too many receivers there, like with Jacksonville. Like, it could be a different guy every week, and especially with a rookie quarterback, I wouldn't touch those. I like the prospect of him, but I just think that could be a situation where he goes off for 160 yards and 2 touchdowns, and then you don't see him for 2 weeks.
Yeah, they are pretty loaded at receiver there too, but I like him too. But Marvin Jones Jr. is there, and DJ Chark is there, so they got a lot. Yeah. They got guys that are used to getting the ball. So, I do like the pick, and if Shenault was there in the right round, I would have taken him too. And if he was on waivers, I'd probably try and scoop him up. But I got a running back from New England that people kind of forgot about when you watch the preseason, but Damian Harris is going to be their every down running back. And I understand that James White's still there. And there's this Rashawn Stevenson guy.
He'll always be the third down guys, though. He's going to be the every down.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't know if it's going to be a running back by committee in New England this year. I think it's going to be Harris. And anybody that was able to steal him in the 6th, 7th round, they did okay for themselves.
Well, and Mac Jones is going to make people respect the pass, it looks like, too, and they're actually not going to have to just put 7 and 8 in the box every time like with Cam Newton there. So that could even turn into something even better for him because last year, even when I watched him, it didn't look like he had a lot of room to run, and he was still getting 100 yards in a game, and he was grinding it out. So, with a guy that can actually throw the ball over 30 yards, maybe you're going to have things open up and maybe even have bigger holes for him. So I like that pick, too.
All right. Well, we got about 2 minutes, boys. You got any final thoughts?
You know me. I love my tennis. All right. We got 2 Canadian semifinal at U.S. Open. Leila Andy Fernandez is playing right now in her match to go to the finals. And, hey, we got Canadian hockey players or NHL hockey players in the Olympics, which was announced, which is an awesome deal as well. That's all I got.
I got by the time we're on here next, the Blue Jays will have one game up in the wild card.
Ugh.
Yes, I love it. Hey, what a streak, boys! What a streak! Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah.
What's the score in that game right now?
1-0.
Still 1-0, eh?
Yeah.
Our pitching's been so good lately; it's just amazing.
Well, once you got Brad Hand out of the fucking bullpen, I think he was the detriment.
Did you see he got called up and he went into his game right away and he got lit up in his first game? And hey, how about that guy that caught the ball in his fanny pack? Did anyone see that? It was fanny
No. All right, Kalen, you got a final thought here or what?
I'm just excited for football to be back, man. This is it. This is when the tides start to turn.
All right. Well, Tommy's about to run on the field here, so let's sign off here. Make sure that you're checking out the Instagram. Check out all the social medias. We're on Twitch. At some point this weekend, Kalen and I will be on there playing. I don't know if you and Rick have played a game, but you guys definitely need to get on there and play.
And one last time, are you ready for some football?
Are you ready for some football? And go check out CoolBet because they are putting up lines like no other. And check out our Super Boost because it's definitely going to hit this week. So we'll